If you've watched my last video, then you know already that HDR is completely messed up in this game. But I found a solution, or let's call it a temporary solution, because I still hope that this issue will be fixed ASAP. And FYI, this is still just the PlayStation 5 version what we're talking about. I'm getting the Xbox Series X version tomorrow morning. And very important to know, I am on patch 1.02. So this hasn't changed at all since I installed the game for the very first time on my PlayStation 5. It was always patch 102. So that means I'm not quite sure actually if this is a day one patch or not. But if it is the day one patch, then yeah, I would say we need to wait for the day 2 patch. And now let's talk about my temporary solution, and just keep in mind please, this is really just a temporary solution, because as soon HDR is fixed in this game, I will provide, of course, recommended settings as usual. And the very first thing what you need to do is now go into the HDR system level calibration from your console. And all what you have to do right now is increase all the values on all 3 pages to the maximum. So the first page, increase it to the maximum until the little button here on the controller is grayed out. And you do the exact same thing on the second page, increase the value until the button is grayed out. And on the last page, you do exactly the same as before. You increase the value, the setting to the maximum until the little button is grayed out. And after we have set up the HDR system level calibration on the console in the complete wrong way, now it's time to start the game. And after the game has loaded, the very first thing what you do is you jump into the option menu and you look for the HDR settings. And for my temporary solution, you set the HDR brightness to 20 and the HDR black point to maximum 5. And if you think that HDR black point set to 5 is already a little bit too much for your TV and you have already a washed out or grayish picture, then just decrease the value. But I found that if I set this to 0, I have already black level crush. And if you followed my instructions step by step, then you should have this HDR picture on your TV. And just to remind you, this was before my recommended settings or my temporary solution. So there's a big difference, as you can see. And I have to say, the HDR effects in this game are actually really good. And because of the messed up HDR, my temporary solution has actually a big issue, because now with my recommended settings here, we have actually a maximum peak brightness of around 2000 nits in this game. So this is, of course, for TVs like the LG ZX or even the G2 a little bit too much. So you have a lot of clipping and specular highlights. That's why my recommendation is, for now, use dynamic tone mapping off. Okay, my friends, so that's it for this very quick video here for my temporary solution. And really just keep in mind, that's just our temporary solution, because I'm very sure they're going to fix HDR very, very soon, because it's just completely broken. We're not just talking about a little bit of black level rays as we have seen in many other games. Now here is completely something wrong. And of course, you can do me a really big favor if you like, share and subscribe. But most important for this video is actually to share it, because then Respawn, those are the developer for this game, can see it and can maybe work on a fix. Hopefully they're working already on a fix, because again, this should never happen in the first place. Day 1 patch or not day 1 patch. It's just, sorry to say this. This is no quality at all. But I hope, because this is a very big issue, that we have a fix actually very, very soon. And as soon HDR is fixed in this game, I will do a proper HDR recommendation video as you know it on my channel. So thank you very much for watching me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.